Okay. All right, Scorpio. Hi there. How are you doing? This is a kind of a quickie emergency reading for the Venus retrograde coming up very soon. I'm kind of late to the game here, but hope we catch this in time. It's going to go on for about 6 weeks, and because it's a retrograde energy, it means wherever this is happening in your life, with whatever energy, you're being asked to reevaluate, re-examine, rekindle, revise, review, reboot, all of it, any of it, okay? The cards are already pretty well shuffled. It's not an astrology reading. This is just because this is how we identify you folks. Scorpios. Scorpio sun, moon, or rising, whatever it is. You're here. You know what you're doing, okay? I'm not going to get too complicated with you guys, okay? So, Venus. We're talking about Venus. Venus rules. It rules love. It rules your major, most important relationships, your primary relationships. It rules what we love. It rules what we value, what turns us on. It's how we attract. It's how we draw things to us. It's feminine energy. It's our self-worth. It's our values. It's what do we value. It rules money. It rules the money that we make from our awesome gifts that we've brought with us from previous lifetimes and all that good stuff. It rules our natural talents, our natural gifts. It's what we're born with. Whatever it is that you do, that's cool. And when you say the word my in front of anything, my this, my that, my whatever, that's what you value. It rules pleasure, beauty, art. It rules harmony. It rules balance. It rules feeling good, feeling happy, okay? And a lot more. But this is not an astrology reading. Now, with you, Scorpio, this is happening in your astrological 6th house, okay? That kind of rules the area of, day-to-day work, relationships, chores, duty, just taking care of day-to-day life. It's like a lifestyle thing. How do I get through the day? It's the house of service. It's cleaning up the dishes if you have to, taking the kids back and forth to work, doing your work. You may not get a lot of thanks for what you do. It's just stuff that has to be done. Okay? Like daily routines, chores. It's also about your health and well-being. Are you taking care of yourself properly? And just making things work, putting things in order, making everything nice and tidy, bringing order to the world as a service, okay? However you do that. So, Scorpio, in that part of your life, what's going on? It's just going to be a simple 3-card reading, already pre-shuffled, but I'm just going to do one last quick pass. No reversals. 3 cards. What's the situation? What's the challenge? What's the way out? How do we deal with this stuff? This is going to be a pattern that goes on for 6 weeks, so you've got plenty of time to figure it out. Don't push it. Don't rush it. Don't make any big decisions around all this. Just live through it, okay? So, okay, what have we got here? This is the situation. This is the challenge. And this is how are we going to deal with it, all right? So, let's have a look here. What is the situation? There's some weird things going on here, guys, because a lot of cards are repeating, and I'm a really avid shuffler. So there's something going on here in the universe. The situation is this. You've kind of got it all. In one way, shape, or form, you've kind of got it together in that area of life that we just mentioned. Pentacles, we're talking about abundance. Now, this is tangible abundance. We're not talking about daydreams or like wishy-washy stuff. This is the reality, the nuts and bolts of your life. And you must have put a lot of work in to get there to have this, because this is kind of the situation. You have all these. No matter how small or how big, you've got that sense of abundance in family, in the home, generational value. You know, your brothers and sisters, your moms and dads, your pets, your nieces and nephews, and all the legacy wealth and value that you have between all of you as a family, as a group. Okay, you've got all that. So that's the situation here. Now, Scorpio, you know, we're here to figure out, you know, what's the problem, because Venus retrograde is going to ask us what's going on. Whoa. Okay, this is kind of like this is getting me by surprise here. The challenge, as a challenge card, the sun is like, it's almost like, what are you going to do with all of this? It's a huge responsibility. Do you understand, Scorpio, how incredibly fortunate you are? Do you understand what this really, really means? Have you been taking all this for granted? Do you know how much you've got? Do you know how much you are loved? Do you know how much you love people? Or do you just do this all in a kind of like haphazard way without being aware of your good fortune? Okay? Here's the challenge. You have so much good fortune, it's almost like you don't know what to do with it. And it's a huge responsibility. You have a huge responsibility to do something very, very important with your natural gifts, okay? When it comes to service, this is how I'm reading it. When it comes to pure raw service, which is like the sixth house energy, it's the healing energy, it's Virgo energy, it's the energy of the nurse, the caretaking nurse who does all these really, really hard tasks with not necessarily all the thanks and the glory that might go to the doctor, for example. The thing is, you have tremendous, tremendous gifts that need to be shared and brought into the light. And you need to take a closer look at yourself and realize how awesome you are. And with all that power, there's a lot of responsibility, okay? So the challenge is that you have to rise up to that and accept that you have an obligation to share that and bring that into that area of life, which is service. It's almost like you are being called. This is a call to action. This is like a big, to me, this is like a big call to action. Heaven is asking you to step up and kind of be that, well, let's go to the energy of healing, because Scorpio is renowned for, high vibration Scorpios are renowned for incredibly healing capabilities. And with the sixth house energy, I'm just winging it here, people. Okay, so bear with me. My take on it is that you have very, very valuable gifts that you need to acknowledge in yourself. You need to be willing to share that with others without necessarily getting all the glory and the fame and the bounty that you might think you deserve. But that's okay, because it's a duty, it's a responsibility, and it's like it's what anybody would do in your shoes. But the challenges here is that it's a lot. So I think you can do it. I think you can do it. That's the challenge. You have to literally rise up into your power and accept that you have so much to offer and that people are counting on you. Okay? So how are you going to meet this challenge? Okay. Now don't be freaked out by this, okay? There's an interpretation that I like, which suggests that you tune into your dreams. You tune into your very kind of, like Scorpio is a water sign, and you have tremendous depth of resources. And what this card is telling me to do is to look deep, 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 deep within and start to identify the true, precise nature of all your gifts and start to refine them and start to like cherry pick what is going to work for you. How are you going to deliver and share and administer your healing gifts to others? Because this is an incredibly bountiful reading, Scorpio. And, you know, the delusion card reading of this, I'm not buying it for this reading. This is telling me that you need to almost like kind of go into like a trance-like meditation state and tune in to figure out. It's almost like praying to heaven, like, what are my true gifts? Please help me to identify my true gifts, my true nature, and give me the strength to rise up into that power and share that in the energy of healing with whatever way it is. I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm still confused, okay? So help me find out, dear angels of love and healing, okay? Help me to do that, and I will serve, okay? I just need a little bit of help, all right? You're going to get it, Scorpio. Don't you worry. Be brave. You can do this. Not just a few people, but everybody is counting on you. Everybody needs your sun. They need your light. They need your energy. So rise up, Scorpio. Rise up to the calling, all right? That's it. I'm going to leave it like that, Scorpio. That's enough. I hope you get something out of this. And it's for a 6-week period. Don't try and bust this all out at once. Just one step at a time. You can do it, all right? The energy of heaven is with you. Just ask, okay? Angels like to be asked. They like to be invited, all right? Here you go. All right, thank you.